viewers, and welcome back to the Self-Made Auto channel. Got us a 2002 Buick Regal here. It's got the big blown 3.8 in it. Yeehaw! And the ABS and traction lights on, or the service vehicle soon track lights on, so lady wants us to check that out. I thought I'd bring you along. Today we're going to be busting out a new to us tool. Just used this in a recent Jeep video. So this is the Launch 431. I hope I'm saying it right. The Diag IV. So it's like the, it's just like our Launch 431 Pad 2, a whole lot smaller. It's got a little Bluetooth VCI there. So we'll plug this baby up, see how she does on this Buick. Maybe something from the insurance company or something like that. We'll plug that in, it beeps. We'll start the app. It does not auto start the app. You just gotta push the button to turn it on. Let's see here. Turn the key on. Actually, I want to make sure the headlights turn off. Just click the parking brake one click. There we go. Make sure that at least hit diagnose. Let's see. I don't believe this has the auto scan feature on it, the auto VIN ID. Oh, it's even got Chinese vehicles. Wow. Japanese, Chinese. Wow, man, these are cars they ain't even heard of yet. Let's get back up the Buick. America, right there. So now it's going to connect to the Bluetooth that we plugged in. So just like our other launch tool, beeps when it's hooked up, and then I think it should auto ID. We should have that option there. I don't know if it auto rotates. Oh, so we're going to go automatically search. I'll pull that VIN pretty quick. 02 Buick Regal. Hit OK. And I'm just going to do a health report. It's going to scan all modules. Good habit to get into if your scan tool has that function. Simply because modules will tell on other modules. Let's see. Our light was service vehicle soon. I think anti-lock brake, so not service engine soon. Let's see, is that done? I think it's done. We'll hit fault report. We got one code in the powertrain for engine oil pressure switch. The engine light was not on. OnStar has a code in it, and then chassis codes. Here's where we're at. Let's see, we got a 1216 EBCM, so that's your ABS module, your electronic brake control module. Pressure release is too long. Left front wheel excessive. Left front wheel open circuit. Wow, so it looks like we have more than likely a problem with left front wheel, but we also have a code down here for right front wheel speed sensor. Left front open shorted, wheel speed variation, wheel speed input 0. I think at this point DRP, I would have to look that up. I'm not familiar with that acronym right off the bat. What we'll do is we'll go back, we'll back up again, and we'll go system selection. This thing does poke around pretty dang fast, I'll tell you that much. Let's see, is it did I skip over the ABS module? Oh, chassis systems, there we go. I went in the wrong one. Hopefully you guys can see that on the screen. I can't see my camera. Oops, you guys got to glare. Oh, this whole thing sucks. So, okay, so we're in the right module. Just want to make 100% sure what I want to do. Like I say, this is a new to me tool, so we're all learning at the same time. Now we're going to go to data stream, ABS data. Let's go ahead and just pick out our wheel speed sensors here. Alright, hope you guys can see that. I'll select them. I have no idea if it has the ability to graph. I don't believe it does. We'll just poke through the menus here. Value, graphical. So you just hit the graphical button. It makes sense. So we got value, and then we got graphical. So that's pretty slick. Go side to side. Alright, well, let's leave it in graphical. Actually, we'll go back to value so I can have them all on the same screen. We'll take it for 2, see what these are doing, make sure left front or right front, see if they're acting up at all. So I was just looking before I left. I do see it has a record function, so that is something we may use in the graphical and then go back, and I don't know where it stores it on the tool as far as its playback file. So we have service vehicle soon, anti-lock brake, and track light off. And then the parking brake light was on because I had the parking brake on. So let's go here. So just backing up out of the shop. What do we see? We see the left front is not reading. Alright, so now that we see that, I'm going to take and just throw it in graphical. Graphical. Is that even a word? Probably. Whoa, baby! Hang on, fellas. Bad enough trying to read a scan tool, let alone hold the camera, read a scan tool, and drive, and not die. So let's see here. Take a little toot. Oh man, you guys are gonna fall right off the seat. Alright, so here we're at. Look like a drunk man driving. Left front definitely not working. The other ones appear to be. Alright, hang on, we're gonna turn a corner here. No turn signal, no nothing. Crap falling off the dash. Windows down. Guy's mowing his yard. Pulling Avoca. Let's see. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna turn here with a turn signal. We're gonna put it in the record mode. I'm just kind of curious more than anything. So let's see here. We are gonna go record. So it says it's recording. Now I'm just gonna drive normal. Stop, wait for these punks. Well, they're not punks, really. Fix the camera. Yeehaw, here we go. So, turn signal. Go back to the shop real quick. See where this record file is, see if it's anything useful. Alright, we're gonna flip the key back on. Ah, crap. So, yeah, so we shut the key off, it loses communication. Let's see. I'm curious to know, because I shut the key off like a rookie. I wonder if it stores our data. So where is it? It's usually in the personal center. Let's see my orders profile. Let me poke around here. Record. Nope. Or record. Report. Record. Oh, son of a monkey. Let me poke on this for just a minute. So I did make the mistake. Shutting the car off, that was a mistake. So when you're using a tool, you hit record. That's just like the 431. I knew better. Once you stop, then it, of course it wants to save, the file. You hit confirm. Of course, now there's not going to be any of the data. I'm going to have to go take another quick little toot around town. Then we'll back out. We'll go to the home screen, go to the personal center. That's my report, then record, and then there's the one I just recorded here. Sitting here. So, alright. Round 2. This time hit the stop button, fella. I'm going to confirm it. Even though we don't really, we got an idea what's going on here. So, oops. I do not want to end the session. Holy crap. Alright, so now we're going to go here. We're going to go back to home. Let's see. We're going to go home. Like I say, personal. My report. Select our Buick. Then the only data PIDs it's going to save are the ones that you had selected, so be mindful that if you're trying to record all the data, make sure you have it all selected. Pretty standard launch stuff. We're going to switch to graphical. I'm going to hit play, and then where is let's see, trying to get where I can see and you guys can see without a whole lot of glare. Is it not? Oh wow, it plays really slow frame by frame. That's right front. There's left front. We can see the left front sensor is completely dead. We're just going to kind of scooch ahead here. Yeah, and we can see what we got here. Right front, right rear. Of course it's still playing along. You know, this is, I'm driving down the road, slowing down, a couple stop signs there, but we can go back through and actually look at the data, you know, that we collected, and we can see at no point did the left front wheel read. Like I say, this took it a little overboard, but I just wanted to, sometimes when I get a new tool, you know, I'll go through it, see how it works. That way when we need to utilize a function on it, you know, we've got it. So, and then, you know, if you want to share that with your customer or whatever, save it for a reference, you know, you can, you know, just refer back to that file, and you have the option of naming that file and stuff like that too. So just like the bigger Launch 431, just handheld. That up in the air, so I think, holy smokes, them brakes are looking rough. Ouch. Anywho, I was thinking just visual inspection, you know, make sure that wheel speed sensor is plugged in and we don't see the wire just hanging out of it anywhere is here. Oh man, them front brakes are ugly. This is the right side. This side is the one that worked. Alright. Well, I don't see, like I said, I don't see anything falling right off it. Wires hanging out of harness. These do have a tendency to have connector issues. I do see tape on that one. I'm kind of curious. Yeah, this one's got tape on it too, so no big deal. Well, let's test out the wheel speed sensor. Alright, let's see here. So nothing on visual inspection. I grabbed us a couple probes out of our AES wave kit. You guys see me use that U-test kit, handy bit kit. We're going to test this wheel speed sensor to see what's up. That one fits kind of loose. That probe's getting kind of worn. Shoving it on the wrong pins. See if I can find it. First we'll just check the resistance of that circuit, make sure it's just not, you know, completely open. I think these wheel speed sensors are usually 1,000 ohms or so. Bear in mind, the power probe only goes up to 10,000 ohms, so always be mindful of that. Just gonna clip that on here just to see. Not sure where they are exactly. Yeah, okay, so 1125. I don't know if you guys can see it. 1,000 or 1.1 kilo ohms, I guess it would be. All right, so that's interesting. Sometimes these are just completely open circuited. I'm going to get some extensions for these wires. We'll spin it, see if this is making any voltage. If it is, then we're going to do some wire and harness inspection. Yeah, I got the wires set up. Got this sitting on our cart. We're going to go to our AC RMS. I'm just going to spin this wheel back. Holy crap, I can't spin it, fella. Oh, the freaking brakes are so locked up. Yeah, right. What's the peak I got there? About 0.25 volts. Holy smokes. That's a workout. Let me test the other side. So I'm hooked into the passenger side. I can only spin at about the same speed here. The fact is we're putting out about the same voltage, so that's kind of interesting. Just gonna plug this passenger wheel back in. So yeah, the brakes are so seized up I can hardly spin this thing even in neutral. But needless to say, I spun them both about the same rate. The resistance on this seems to be okay. The voltage output's about the same as that side. These cars are notorious for breaking the wire and harness inside the loom, so we'll just take a quick peek at that. So typically spinning these by hand, you can get, you know, a volt or two out of them. But like I say, these are pretty notorious for this harness failure. So before we go up to, you know, run the car so we can actually spin the wheels and, you know, get too hog wild with it, it's easy enough just to do a visual inspection on these most of the time. And often, you know, if you don't have any tools, you know it's, you know, just a code for this wheel speed sensor or whatever, and you've already, you know, shot the parts cannon, open up this harness and just take a look. You don't, you know, no scope, no meter, no nothing. A lot of times you can find broken wires. They usually have a hard insulation over them yet, like this one does. And then they do that right there. Boom. Bada bing, bada boom. So there's our broken wire, folks. It's like that. So experience leads me in the case on this one. Of course, we could have just done this little guess right from the get-go. open that up a little bit. This is usually where it happens. The outer hard insulation on these cars breaks. It's pretty common on GMs. And then it wears through and breaks the harness. Now it also does it up around the other side of the control arm where it flexes. So, you know, if you fix this one spot, and, you know, don't be surprised if another spot's just about, you know, ruptured. So that's that on this car. Gosh, I wish I could have spun the wheel a little better for you to show you with the power probe, but essentially this car needs, you know, wiring repair, or this little, you know, harness replaced if it's replaceable. Some of these have a sub connector up a little bit further. We'll take a look. But at least we didn't, you know, shotgun a, you know, $200 wheel bearing at it. However, I mean, this car obviously needs brakes. Like I say, you can hardly spin these. And then, you know, wiring repair. And I just took a look. This does not have the sub harness. This harness goes up and goes right into the main harness. So this one will have to be repaired. I'm gonna look. I thought they made a long, real long pigtail for these. I'll double check that. I'm also gonna double check the right side to see if that's starting to break in the same position, because it did have that one code for the right wheel speed sensor. We'll get these fixed and have to kind of take it from there. But it is 5 o'clock on a Friday. I'm nothing but tail lights now, baby. This car's gonna sit till Monday. They didn't need it back right away. It's a spare car, I guess. Got some other things got to do to it. But I hope you enjoyed that look at that Launch Diagun IV. That's what we're going to call it until I'm corrected. Pretty handy tool. We learned a little bit about it, and like I said, that's what I like to do. If you get a new tool, just kind of go through it, play with it, use the features. Just like getting a new scope, you know, go through and scope, you know, known goods. Learn how to use a tool, so when you get a bad part in, you know what bad is. You know, same thing with our power probe here, using this. You know, if we didn't know the features on it, we wouldn't know that we could use it to check resistance of the hub, check the AC output, and make a determination. Yep, you know, they seem to be putting out about the same voltage, as, you know, low as it was. Not a great way to demonstrate that, but we could also learn that, you know, that one's saying that one's the same. Okay, probably wiring. Let's do visual inspection, and then after that, you know, we'll move up the ABS module and see what's going on there. But that's that. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm gonna see if we get the job on this. Maybe we'll record the repair, getting her fixed, because you guys like your brake jobs. And while you're waiting, go down, click subscribe, ring the bell, do all the stuff that you normally do. Just remember, viewers, if I can do it, you can do it. Thanks for watching.